Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and I review board games for a living. And people often ask me one of two questions. One is, now that board games is your job, what do you do for fun? Or they'll say, isn't that exciting that your hobby has become your dream job? Because working with games is a dream job. But what happens when you take a hobby you love and turn it into work? Mark Twain said, find a job you enjoy doing and you'll never have to work a day in your life. People love quoting that, right? But it's not 100% true. It's a little over the top. No matter how much you love a hobby, there will be parts of it that are harder. There'll be parts of it that are work. There'll be parts that you have to push yourself through. But you do that. You get through those nasty stretches, the sports injury when you love sports or a really hot day when you love gardening. You'll get through those but because you love what you're doing so much. And yet I noticed that the passion for gaming can die out, whether you work in a hobby or not. And we have to be cautious with that. I mean, we can be burned out in gaming. So why? What would cause someone to be burned out and to be kind of tired of gaming? I think there's a bunch of reasons. For some, it's just because playing games isn't the hobby anymore. It's more about an acquisition and collection of games. It's all about getting the newest hot game that's out there, or finding every little piece of the game, or just hunting it down. Or maybe a different hobby of sorts rather than collecting games, but just talking about games, spending time on board game web pages and talking with other people. Or maybe just content creation about board games. And so that is the hobby rather than playing games. For some people, it's just tiresome to keep up with the new stuff. Thousands and thousands of games are consistently coming out. Maybe some people become jaded because they're just not very good at gaming, right? They just find it, they're like, I want to be better at gaming. For some, it takes up too much of their time or money. And it's also easy to become jaded, I think, because there are negative places, especially on the internet, where everyone is talking negatively all the time. And you're like, oh man, this hobby can wear me out. So what should we do if we feel like we are becoming tired of gaming? And this can happen to anyone, whether you're in content creation like I am, or whether you just like to play games. And I think one way is to explore new activities, to look for a different type of game, to maybe even an entirely new genre of game, or maybe a different hobby altogether. There are other hobbies out there. There are other things to do. I don't have to go gaming and play the 3 newest games that are out tonight, or I don't have to go and continue on in this campaign that we hate. We played 10 games of it. We're going to play 10 more. And you can see how that sort of thing can get on you. And to do something new might mean old. Sometimes you go back to basics. Oh, I love this game back in the day. Well, guess what? I still do love it. And sometimes we just need to take a break. Now, this could be a short break, a long break. It could also be a permanent break. There's nothing wrong with falling out of love with board games. There are other hobbies or other things to do out there. There's all kinds of passions that people have. You build a huge model railroad room in your basement. You collect pinball machines. Whatever you might do. There's all sorts of things that we can do, and you can be like, just isn't my thing anymore, because tastes do change. But sometimes taking a break lets you also come back and be more enthused about it. What are your goals for your hobby? What is it? Is it to get every new thing? Well, you're not going to be able to pull that off. And sometimes our goals can be unrealistic. And we need to give ourselves permission, if a hobby is no longer enjoyable, to quit that. We also need to avoid negative spaces on the internet. There's a lot of places on the internet, and everyone will tell you the space that they're not in is the most negative. And so I'm going to be very particular here and not even call out different places on social media and the ilk and stuff. But if there's a place and everyone is constantly complaining and constantly yelling and arguing, you can sometimes supersede and say that is the hobby. But that is not board gaming. That's just a spot on the internet where people are getting together to complain and have a negative attitude. And I need to remember that when I game with my friends and stuff, that is what it is. Sometimes it'll be a bright Saturday day. I've been out hiking or what have you, and I get back and I'll say I'm going to play some board games. But first, let's see what people are saying. Why? Is that going to bring me joy? Or just playing the game with my family might bring me that joy. But sometimes it could be the people around you. Do you need to find new people to game with? Or maybe sometimes I mention my family, I'm dragging them in. Hey, we got to play this. They're like, we want to play that one. No, we got to do the newest thing. And gaming as a whole becomes less fun with it because the people around us might not find it as fun anyway. And we can become jaded sometimes by just basically thinking that our way is the only way to enjoy the hobby. Maybe you are a collector. Maybe you are someone who wants to play a game 1,000 times so you know every detail of that game and you want to play tournament level or anywhere in between. Or maybe you like to look at games and find new, unusual strategies for them. But we have to realize that whatever we might like might not be what others like, and be cautious to put that on them, or let someone else put that upon us. And maybe we just need to be doing something different in a hobby, which is often sometimes playing the games. You talk about games all the time. You do all this. Sometimes it's just okay to play the games. And we also have to be cautious to not compare ourselves to others. Someone's going to have a bigger game collection. Somebody's going to be able to play more games than we do during the week. Someone has a better, cooler, nicer, game group. The grass is greener on the other side of the fence. I have to remember why I enjoy games. What got me into board gaming in the first place, and just go back to basics. Sometimes we can become less jaded by putting a limit on the new stuff that we buy or how much we spend on new things, and getting more into the social aspect. One of the reasons I love gaming was to spend time with other people and to put more effort into that. For me, I still love games. Every minute, every day? Well, maybe not. I'll take some time off, a day or two off from playing games. I was just telling some people I have a wedding coming up with my daughter, and at that time, I'm not thinking about games at all. But I don't lose interest in games for more than a day or two. That's just for me. Some parts of the hobby don't appeal to me as much as they used to. When I get a game, punching it out, I don't really care about that as much as I used to. I don't walk up to people and be like, I'm Tom Vasel, I love games like I used to. But there's still a lot of gaming I love. I love playing games. I love reviewing games. I love analyzing games. I love the stats behind games. I love the big stand-up moment at the table where we're all excited about one die roll that person's going to make. I love the satisfaction of solving a little solitaire puzzle in front of me. I love the joy of finding this tiny new game that does something I've never seen before. I love teaching people a game that I love for the first time and seeing the look of amazement on their faces. I love enthusiastically but fun debating with people about games. I love the wonderful people that I meet playing games. I've been gaming for most of my life. I'm 49, getting close to 50, and I'm not tired of gaming yet. I might get to that point, but for me in my life, there are priorities. My number one priority for me is I'm a Christian. My Christian faith and following God. That's number one. Number two is my family, my responsibilities as both a father and a husband. And number three are my responsibilities at my job. I'm a boss here at the Dice Tower. I need to take care of both my employees and my job. After that, my number one hobby is gaming at the moment. You might catch me in a tired moment. You might watch a negative review and be like, Tom is jaded. But I can assure you that I'm not. Sure, when you play thousands of games, some of them are going to look the same as games that already exist. There's nothing new under the sun, except sometimes there is some cool new game thing that I haven't seen. If I do get jaded, it's time to take a break. But at the moment, as of me recording this, I'm excited to see what 2026 is going to bring. I'm excited about the games I'm playing with my family tonight after recording this. I'm excited about a game day coming up that I'm going to get to play with my friends. I'm excited to see what people say in response to the videos that we post. Am I jaded? I don't think so. I look forward to seeing what's in store for our fantastic hobby. And I hope that you enjoy it, or any hobby, really. You don't have to be a gamer to be my friend. You don't have to be in gaming for me to think you're an amazing hobby. There's hundreds of thousands of amazing hobbies. My amazing hobby is board games, and I love it. Now I'm going to go play some games. I'm Tom Vasel. We'll see you next time. Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel. Thanks for watching this video. Check out our channel. We have a lot of videos on our channel. We have live videos that go up each week, from live Q&As to videos where we take a look at the newest stuff on Kickstarter, crowdsurfing, to top 10 lists and more. There's lots of stuff on this channel. We encourage you to explore it. You can find out more at our website, dicetower.com. I'm Tom Vasel. Thanks for watching another video on the Dice Tower.